Good evening and welcome to another edition of Talking Bitcoin with your host, Anders. Uh, Tonight, I want to talk about a lot of people often ask, especially when they're coming from outside Bitcoin, isn't it too late, or it's too late, or I don't want to touch it because it's already, 11,000, 12,000 or something. And to that, I want to say it's always, no matter which asset you're looking at, important to look at the market cap. What is the total value of all the units combined? Because it can vary if there's 100 units or 21 million units or 45 billion units like there is with XRP. So it's really irrelevant what the single unit costs. What you got to look at is what's the market cap and what is the market cap you believe that an asset has the potential to grow into. And tonight I will share my thoughts of the potential that Bitcoin can grow into. But just an example again on this with unit cost. For instance, if people say that an AMA stock is too expensive, it's $3,200. But it's irrelevant. What's important is what's the market cap, the total value of the Amazon company. Because if there was only 100 shares of Amazon, would Amazon be too expensive at $320,000 for the entire company? Of course not. So it's never about unit cost. It's always about the market cap. Forget what a single unit costs. All right. So my opinion on Bitcoin and the potential. First of all, current market cap of $216 billion really is peanuts in the world of money. When we're talking how much is the dollar worth, how much is euro worth, et cetera, et cetera. Global, the way I look at it is really $216 billion because it's a small price in the world of money. It's really a small price for a proof of concept that Bitcoin works and is still running after 11 years. It's never been hacked. It's proven to be immune to government censorship. For instance, when WikiLeaks got cut off from funding by the United States government, they blocked the banking system, SWIFT, so people couldn't make bank transfers to WikiLeaks. Also, they cut them off from using credit cards. They told the credit card companies, you cannot have WikiLeaks as a client, and help facilitate sending money to them. But Bitcoin worked for that purpose. And I believe in the early days, WikiLeaks got something like $50,000, 50,000 Bitcoin. I wonder how much is left. But hopefully they can fight a good legal case for Julian Assange, although that's probably hard when you have annoyed a very powerful government. So you may not get a fair case or trial, I guess. And also, Bitcoin hasn't been hacked, and it's a big honeypot for a hacker. 216 billion, after all, may not be a lot in the scheme of global money, but it's a lot of money for hackers, and it's really proven by now. Although nothing is 100% in the world of investing, but that more or less it can't be hacked. I'm very confident that it can't. So what's the market that Bitcoin is targeting? Well, in my opinion, so the global monetary value is around $100 trillion in cash. If you combine all dollar and euro, etc., when you're looking at both M1, which is the actual paper notes, the money notes, currency notes, as it is, because it's not money. Money can store value. And fiat has built-in policy, let's ruin the value by a couple of percent every year. But both the actual physical notes and coins, plus what's in your bank as numbers when you log onto your bank account, because there is not $100 for every $100 that you have in your bank account, and that's why bank runs, you could say, are dangerous, because there's not a one-to-one backup. Anyway, so that's M2. So when we're looking at these global monetary values, around $100 trillion in cash. At the same time, it seems pretty obvious that because we have a monetary system where the currency continuously is being destroyed by further printing, so it loses value. In fact, from 1913, when the Federal Reserve was created, until now, I believe that the US dollar has lost about 98% of its purchasing power. It's around that number, around 97, 98%. So because the fiat currency's value is being destroyed, value always seeks to go where it is not destroyed by this money printing. So stocks and real estate are places that people put their money simply by buying real estate, buying stocks, even though the economy not be great, like right now where unemployment is high. A lot of people are without income or very low unemployment benefits, yet the housing market goes up, the stock goes up, NASDAQ is in a record. It doesn't make any sense in the real world, but it makes sense when all the money that is being printed and handed out is received by people who know this is going to lose value because they're going to print more tomorrow. So I buy assets, and therefore assets go up. So it's really inflation in assets more than inflation in consumer goods, because the consumers don't have that money to spend and buy up normal grocery prices. In US, there was initially in March alone, I believe, by law committed, it was around $6 trillion to be created. So that was around 20,000 US dollar per person in US. Each person got around $1,200 to keep quiet and not complain about the 20,000 that was printed and handed out in various ways, amongst others, to company. So the target market, in my opinion, that Bitcoin is targeting is not only will it take over as money of the world because it is a better money, and I made a video the other day on Gresham's Law that explains a little bit more about that, but also it's targeting a large portion of the store value market today, which is especially stocks and real estate, potentially also other things like art and other collectibles. So a combined $400 trillion market cap is what I personally find to be realistic. Don't take that as financial advice. That is my very bullish opinion. So basically, we are looking at a 2,000x from the current price level of $11,600 or wherever we're at right now. So if anybody asks, if they are late for the party, in my opinion, no, you are not late at all. Better now than 10 years from now when the party is over, in my opinion. So there's still so much upside in Bitcoin. That small price there is so far is really the price you're paying for the concept having been proven. It's been running for 11 and a half years, the first blockchain ever. Solid new technologies coming on board all the time. A lot of privacy features. Lightning Network has been developed, which makes it great for as a medium of exchange, which it pretty much is instant Bitcoin transactions at a very, very minimal, next to nothing fee. Which enables Bitcoin to not only be a superior store value, but also be a great medium of exchange. So that being said, Bitcoin having a 2,000x potential are you sure you want to be greedy and then chase something better in DeFi? Can you get something better than 2000x in DeFi? DeFi now is pretty much like ICOs in 2017. At the last bull run, people get excited, but they want something better than Bitcoin because they were not early in Bitcoin. And a lot of people lost a lot of money on the ICOs. And DeFi seems to me like we're looking at a picture a bit similar. It's just another name now, but let's tell people this is going to be go from next to nothing to be worth a lot. I'm not interested. I think 2000x potential is that's more than enough for me. All of that being said, of course, this full disclaimer, none of this is financial advice. I may use it myself, but I don't suggest you do. This is just education and entertainment, and it's very important that you always make your own decisions. You're responsible for your own financial decisions. Seek advice, etc. Anyways, so in my opinion, the party just started. It's not too late. And I'm looking to enjoy it the next 1.5 years while the bull run gets its legs. So have a great week. Bye for now.